up, shitheads?
There it is. Now I can hear him.
Yeah, boy.
I can hear them chips.
Yeah.
Look, he's going with
Yeah,
the
I bet you
Bengals hoodie
can.
too.
Hey man, you know what? We're fucking trash this year, but
You just were having like a good couple of weeks.
They'll win next
no,
week and
no,
he'll say
we
never a
weren't
doubt.
either.
Never a doubt.
Yeah, we're back.
Thought you meant your fantasy team. The only thing that actually matters.
No, I'm talking about my fucking favorite football team.
Well, my favorite.
Well,
football
hey,
team,
you
I
know
fuck with them
we're all
niggas every
about
week.
we're all about consistencies here. The consistency thing is the Titans suck ass this season, and my fantasy football team is really fucking good. So I don't
Yeah.
know whether to be happy or upset.
Mm,
One of them puts money in your pocket, the other one does not.
That's valid.
The other one takes money out of his pocket.
I'm 1 week away from covering my entry fee for the highest scoring team.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
I did that last year, but I'm not going to do it this year. This year,
No.
can I beat the median every week? That's all I'm trying to do. Just beat the median. That's
Yeah,
it.
which the median this week was the highest we've had at 149.61.
Or just this year.
Let's see. So last year we had a 150.03, a 158.76, and a 149.57. So this is the third highest one we've had in the last 2 years because that's all that
Oh
I've
my
got.
gosh.
158. That's wild.
Yeah, and neither one of those 150s was the week that Hayden's potential was 233.
jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. So the 158.76 was the week that me, Tyler, and Sweet Pea all had potential over 200.
That's the only time I've ever had potential over 200, I'm sure.
Let's see.
My potential is usually like 185, and I score like 110.
Yeah, that is accurate. You have not had 200 other than that.
Yeah. It's always like 185, like every single week.
Our
Like 185.
potential. So the crazy thing too, potential median this week, Tyler, your potential was 179.42, and you would have not hit the median
That's right.
at
That's right. And what was
180.44.
What was Chase's potential point this week?
181,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
181.46. Y'all two would have were the median line. For
We
the
would have been, it would have been the exact same outcome.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's crazy. It was our worst week percentage against the potential median that we've had since week 1. But it was a
Wow.
fun week because of the high scoring.
Yeah, tight ends finally pulled through. You know.
Yeah. Well, and we saw
Good for
that
Will.
with me and with Jed both playing 3 tight ends. So
Yeah, you're welcome, Jed. I know you don't watch this, but you're welcome.
yeah, let's run through that. So I beat Grant Collins 198.78 to 147.9. Grant Robinson was the unfortunate recipient of the stat correction to lose out on the highest scoring team at 197.24 to 128.9. It was what was even funnier was I texted you guys and said I'm going to need a stat correction.
Oh yeah,
It
that's true. You did.
It happened. Hayden with the team name changed to IR boys.
He
after
doesn't have that
beat
many
Trey.
people on IR. He's only got like 3 on IR.
He
Yeah.
traded for Brandon Ayuk, which is on IR.
Yeah, it's like Brandon Ayuk, Roman Wilson, and he's got one other person, I think. I don't think he's got that many.
Oh,
Somebody vet it. Can somebody look it up? I'm on my
Yeah.
phone, so I
Yeah,
can't look it up.
Alan Lazard is out, but I don't think he's not on IR.
Maybe he's not IR.
Well, shit, that didn't tell me what I wanted. God damn it. If I'm clicking on it from the score last week, it's pulling up the matchup instead of pulling up his team. That's annoying. Yeah. I apparently can't see that on my computer. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not many regardless. I looked at it
No.
earlier because when he made the change, I was like, I don't think he's got that many. Like if you look at Sweet Pea, I think Sweet Pea has a lot out and Wendell has a lot out.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
and that one week that Hayden beat Chase,
Oh yeah,
which-
he didn't have anybody.
yeah, he had IR out, injured, and bye week.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah. Chase, you still want to talk about that?
I mean, no, not really.
At this point, it should be good and scarred
Yeah.
over. You should be able to talk about it now.
Roman
mean,
Wilson,
yeah,
Ayuk, and
it's
Hollywood Brown is who he's got on IR.
Yeah, just 3. Yeah.
And Alan Lazard has already been ruled out for tomorrow night's game.
Well, I would say that's
Oh,
good for the
no.
Seattle.
Oh,
yeah.
darn.
Yeah,
Jets are
Alan
gonna
Lizard.
lose by 3.
The dark Green Bay Packers are without a wide receiver.
Oh,
Green
yeah.
Packers.
So Hayden with another win, but didn't get the median. 2 weeks in a row, he's won his matchup, but not got the median as he beat Trey. 129.38 to 102.56.
I'd have beat him if I started the right lineup, but I didn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have beat him by 1.12 if you both would have started your full potential.
Still would have won.
Fucking- It's like, but who would fucking start? Like, I'm not starting Josh Downs unless Flacco is playing.
I
Yeah,
agree.
you can start Josh Downs every week
Yeah,
now.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
That's
making
amazing
Michael
news.
Pittman that much more tempting to start now.
right. But
Michael Pittman is one play from being done with the season. I don't know what he's got going on with his back, but it's like he's good, he's not good, he's good, he's not good.
Can't make up his
Yeah.
Yo,
mind.
Trey Nice hoodie. The Bengals are so good. Uh,
yeah, this is what I was trying to say earlier when you said that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna support him anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Welcome to my world.
Closest
Chase, to
matchup.
be fair, you guys have won. We've had this conversation before. I'll go ahead and say it again. Your team has won a Super Bowl in recent history. Mine has never won one. So I don't want to hear that shit.
aren't we all 4 kind of in the same boat at this moment?
83?
Yeah.
You consider 83 recent history?
Yeah, motherfucker.
By
I
comparison
wasn't
to
alive.
It was 7 years before I was born. Anyway,
you're
bro,
old.
you guys fucking. I won 7 from the time that you hopped on the bandwagon until today. So maybe you shut the fuck up. Maybe sit this one.
I was very particular in the words that I chose there when I said we're all in the same boat right now.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. You've got to see your team win several.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Is it 7 or is it 6?
6.
6 with the Patriots. Okay.
Mine lost by a fucking yard.
Mm.
Gross.
That was almost as close as Trey and Hayden if they played their best lineup.
Right. Well, it's kind of like how you and Chase did, even without playing your best lineup.
Oh, dude, that was super stressful. Like, I'm like laying in my bed with the game cast pulled up on my phone, just staring at it, like waiting for Freiermuth to come on there. And then, of course, he did, and I immediately closed my phone and went to sleep.
The 3 of us are sitting there are playing Xbox and watching it. We're talking about it, and Chase is like, "Where the fuck is Freiermuth? He's not
Yeah.
even on the field."
I know.
Dude, Russell Wilson is not. He's not a.
tight end, dude.
Yeah, he's not a tight end guy.
No.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, and then in my other league, I was needing Malik Neighbors and the Pittsburgh defense to score less than, I think, like 32 points or something like that. And the final 2 plays lost it for me by 1 point because Malik Neighbors caught that like 15-yard pass, and it's points per game. And then the interception happened immediately after. If the interception would have happened before the catch, I would have won. Little shit.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah. Damn. The final game was Jed beating Wendell 179.68 to 125.14.
I feel like you could probably rewind our podcast. At some point early in the season, I said Jed's team could be really good, and I think we're getting to that point.
Yeah.
I think that we're close to it if we're
Which
not
one's
there.
Jed?
And Jigba, please.
Yeah.
And Jigba, please. And Jed, okay.
He's
Yeah.
got Kyler Murray and Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs, JSN, a whole swarm of tight ends with Kraft, Kincaid, Pitts. He's got Khalil Shakir. He's got Keon Coleman. He's got a bunch of young dudes on his team.
Yeah.
Well, and it's crazy. He's 9-7. He's 6th in points scored in the league, but I don't think he's had many points scored against him.
That must be nice. Wonder what that's like.
He's 2nd in points against behind me. Mine's
You've
been a
got the
perfect storm.
fewest
I've got
points against.
Yeah, I've got the most points scored and the fewest points against.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do
It's
I
been
sit on that? Because I think I'm middle of the pack on both of them, right? Like I don't think I'm.
You're fifth in points scored. And
Now, you're a little low on that fab money there, Tyler. You need some?
No, I don't need fab. But listen, I've taken it as a point every year to use my fabs because I've had. Look at how much fab everybody has.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, even look at
I
you, Chase.
did
Look at
not
the
for
fab
lack of
you've
trying.
got.
Not for lack of trying. I
But what
fucking
I'm
get outbid
saying
by
is,
$1, and then I have to keep that money. That's what
but
happens.
but you're splitting hairs over $1 or $5. Just put 10 more and get your guy. And that's the way I feel about
That's
fab.
what I did with
Just
Jalen
spend the
Carter.
money and
You
get
spent
your
$0. I spent 11. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
I
didn't
don't.
think I was gonna get him.
I don't think have I even used a fucking dollar of my fab money.
There's
You
like
used
4 or
20.
5 teams that haven't used like any.
I've used
Wendell
20.
and Wendell, Hayden, and Sweet Pea have not used any. Trey's used 20. Grant Collins has used 29. Jed has used 84. Chase has used 87.
I'm at 139 in case you were getting to mine.
Yeah, I'm going up. G Rob's used
I'm going
60,
up.
and I've used 84.
Yeah.
I mean, it just for the most part, man. I just feel like even bothering with the fucking waiver wire in this league is a waste of fucking time.
Why do you say that? Would you not be happy getting Cedric Tillman off the waiver wire? What about
I mean,
Jordan
yeah, I
Mason?
would
Jordan
have, but
Mason's
like,
come off the waiver wire.
yeah, I know that, but I mean, comparing this to just another league, like where it's just a
Oh
regular
yeah,
ass league with,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
I
That's
say
fair.
that. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not saying it's a complete waste of time, but I
it's not as fun.
I don't really focus on the waiver wire at all in this league versus the other
Yeah.
two leagues that I'm in.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that's understandable.
I
I
mean,
don't.
it's
It's
dynasty.
With the
just,
size of our bench, that's just how it is.
yeah,
and
yeah,
we
yeah,
we
yeah.
made the bench smaller this
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, and
Because
it's
Trey
still
wouldn't
pretty
stop
much.
complaining about it.
We didn't do that for me.
What? No, you were a big part of that. I mean, I say that tongue in cheek, but you were a big part of that. I mean, I agree with it. I think that was the right thing to do, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
you were the first one to say, like,
Well,
dude, our waiver wire is absolutely nothing. We have too big of teams. And I was like, yeah, I think you're right.
yeah. Well, I think campaigned for maybe losing 2 more spots, so the waiver wire
Yeah,
was.
you wanted more. Yeah,
Yeah.
you wanted more. I think you wanted
Um,
5, I think, and we did 3.
did we lose that many?
Yeah, we lost quite a few.
I don't even remember.
All right.
Let's get to this football shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're talking about football shit.
couple crazy things here I want to point out about our records with how the playoffs currently stand. 2, how they'd stand on potential, and 3, how they'd stand on standard scoring because they're all 3 fucking different.
Oh,
That's
God,
wild.
standard scoring.
Yeah,
I hate
so-
standard scoring.
Current
Wait, do you
playoff.
mean standard scoring like not PPR or standard scoring like
I'm
no
sorry,
median?
no median.
Okay.
No median.
Mm.
So current playoffs, I'm number 1, Chase is 2, Tyler's 3, Jed is 4, Wendell's 5, and Grant Robinson's at 6. Trey is a game out looking in, and then it goes down to Grant Collins, Hayden, and Sweet Pea.
I don't think Trey's looking in. I think Trey is looking towards the draft next year. I think he's
He wants to keep going down. He doesn't want to
not
go
looking
back.
in. He's looking as far away as he can.
So
I'm
and
gonna beat you this week, ho.
You probably will. You probably will.
so I'm 15-1, and Chase is second and 11-5. So there's a big gap between first and second. But then if you go to potential points, I'd be 13-3, and Chase will be 12-4 as 1 and 2. Then Tyler 3, Grant Robinson would be 4, Trey would be 5 at 9-7, and Jed would be 6th at 8-8. Sweet Pea would be 1 game out, looking outside the playoffs at 7-9 if we use
Looking outside.
Yeah. Wendell and Grant Collins will be 5-11, and Hayden will be 3-13. Missing the playoffs.
Wow.
Then with no median, I'd be 7-1 in first. Chase would be second at 6-2. Jed would be third at 5-3. Grant Robinson fourth at 4-4. Tyler fifth at 4-4. Wendell sixth at 4-4.
Wow.
Then Grant Collins, Trey, and Hayden would all be 3-5, just outside the playoffs. And then Sweet Pea's 1-7. So the fact that we use potential points and the median is just crazy how everything is so different.
Yeah, it's wild. I would never guess it'd be that different.
So do you think the median has made the better teams be in the playoffs?
I mean, I do. And I mean, conceptually, I think it does. I haven't
Yeah.
sat down and looked at it and see who missed out and who would have been in and compared the two. But I mean, I'm always reminded of the reason why we switched to that
Mm-hmm.
to using a median. And I remember Will had the second high scoring team and he didn't make the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if we did use the median, he would have made it. And the team that would have been booted out was a low scoring team that just got super lucky with their matchups.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I could say that it's worth doing, but I know retrospectively, like looking back at previous years, I wish that we had done it then. But
Yeah.
I can't say about
I don't
this year.
think it's
I don't know.
extremely direct in terms of like you get the median and then boom, you have the best teams in there. But I also don't think it's accurate to say potential points, the best teams are in there because you may just have that deep of a team.
Yeah, I don't like
It's
the
very
potential
hard to
points
decide.
being.
So
Yeah.
here's how it for Grant Collins, for instance, he's fourth in the league in points scored, but because he uses his best lineup, his potential points is down towards the bottom.
Yeah.
It's actually the second lowest behind Hayden in potential points. But Grant, even though he's the fourth highest scoring team, he won 3 of his matchups, and then he only would have gotten the median twice because he's 5-11.
Mhm.
So even though
If you
he's
only look
fourth,
at, go ahead. Sorry.
even though he's fourth in points, the median hasn't helped him.
See, it's odd.
Yeah.
But if you only look at potential points, then it makes it. We might as well be on underdog. Like we might as well. It takes us totally out of the equation, which is why I don't like harping on potential. I mean, I like
Yeah.
looking at it because it
Yeah.
makes me feel like either A, I have a good team, or B, I'm a terrible coach, which it usually be. It usually is, but I prefer. I like the median. I'm glad we do the median.
Yeah,
All
I
that
agree.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I have a question.
Yep.
It's
And
not
this
supposed
is,
to itch. It's not.
What?
What?
Anyway,
Okay.
why are we doing the East and West divisions?
We did that to try to make some type of rivalry within the league. So we split it up based on how we finished that year. It was like, evens and odds pretty much. And the
Right.
only I think it had something to do with the schedule too, but predominantly, if I remember correctly, the reason was to try to make it be like one versus the other. Was there another reason other than that? I can't
It's
remember.
because you could not play evenly all opponents twice a year, right? So in terms of like math, I guess you could say, right? So you got 14 weeks in order to play your regular seasons. We got 9 opponents that you'd be playing. It may not be fair that I get to play Hayden 2 times in my schedule, while Will only got to play him once, but then he played all the other teams, twice a year in terms of the overall regular season schedule. So if you make the divisions, you at least have the same chance to play against those players, those teams. You have to play them twice a year, and then after that, it's kind of one. But your record in that division there, you all will evenly play each other in each division, and that's who you're fighting for a playoff spot. So I just thought it was.
But sorry. So this is where the question comes in, because we're not really equally fighting for a playoff spot, because it picks the 6 best teams with the best record. It doesn't go by East and West. It doesn't go by your divisions. Like right now, if you look at the playoffs started today,
the top 2 teams are the division winners, regardless.
yeah.
And then it's the next 2, right? Isn't that how it is? The top 2 for each division, and then the next.
Then it's the top.
Yeah.
It's the best 4 teams. It's not the 2 and 3.
Oh, I'm
from
sorry. I
East and
misunderstood.
West.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's
so
the-
you could have it to where one whole division gets in, and
Yeah.
one other person. However, that's not likely because you have to play each team in your division
Right.
twice.
Yeah. I understand that. That was my question was why
Yeah.
why did we do that? Because I was just looking at the playoffs because you guys were talking about it, and I really, to be honest with you, y'all were talking about potential points and shit, and I'd zone out when you guys start talking about that shit, and I was like, why the fuck are we
Even
doing
doing
this way? Because it's like it doesn't. I just
We
couldn't
had a
remember why
full-blown
we did that.
conversation about it. Something with Grant Collins. Something happened with the way. I bet he'd remember if I asked him. But I thought he was a big part of the reason why we switched to that.
Yeah, because we did it before last season.
Yeah, it's recent. It's new.
Yeah.
I don't
Anyway,
remember.
Wasn't that something we voted on too, on if we wanted to do
Mhm.
divisions or if we wanted to
Yeah,
keep
we
it?
voted on it.
Just to have
Mhm.
Rob-
Well,
Which,
I
by the
wasn't-
way, we need to get the trade deadline.
It's changed.
Oh,
They
it is.
I don't know why it didn't notify. I mean, somebody can double check it and vet me on that. But
I
it,
don't see the red stuff on.
yeah, it should have changed. I don't know why it didn't give you guys a notification. It makes no sense.
I'm not against, or I'm not saying that we should go back to just all one league and separate the or end the divisions. My question was just like, is this how it was supposed to be? Where it's like, the top two make it, and then it's just whatever, or if it's, because
Top two get the bye, right?
yeah, and then it's the
So-
next four.
So you have an
Yeah.
equal opportunity to get the bye, and then the next four are the wild cards.
Yeah.
For across both divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just in your division.
I think we talked about too about if some odd chance like one whole division is just clearly more dominant, that we would shake it up.
That's right.
I don't remember how that went, but I think we did have that conversation.
I don't necessarily think
It's
that's
pretty even.
well. Is it?
Now the East Division is, if you look at it from an overall record standpoint, the East is better because we've got 15-1, 9-7, 9-7, 8-8 as the top four, and then the other one you got 11-5, 9-7, 7-9, 5-11.
And then 3-13.
It's not like
Yeah,
wide.
and 3-13. So it's not. It is somewhat significant, but it's not crazy. But I mean, it's something that we can look at after the season once we see how the records
Yeah.
fully end up and see if we have.
I'm not against going back to it.
Yeah,
I'm not against going back to it because I don't. But I think what Chase said was is pretty important too, like the way that the matchups cooked out.
Yeah, because there's no
Yeah,
way to
right.
play all your opponents and even.
Am I playing? So I mean, am I playing like? I'm playing you guys in my division twice every
Yes.
year.
That's
is
right.
For sure.
The division once.
At least that's how I assume the divisions would be made, but maybe I'm incorrect.
no, that's how it is because you can actually go if you go look at your schedule, it rotates through the same way. So whoever you played week 1, you'll play in week 10,
Okay.
and it'll be your second matchup against somebody from your division.
Okay.
So.
Makes sense.
Yeah. A couple good matchups this week, which we talked about before we got on. Top 2 teams in the league going at it with me and Chase. Then the bottom, the Cellar Dwellers, with
Cellar
Hayden
Dwellers.
and Sweet Pea playing each other.
That's kind of funny.
The Lion Bowl, Tyler and Trey playing each other. It would only be fitting if the Grants played each other, but they unfortunately are not.
Fucking
Wendell-
douchebags.
Wendell's playing Grant Collins, and Jed is playing Grant Robinson. So that's going to be a good matchup too, the Jed and Grant Robinson matchup.
Yeah, it will.
So several good matchups from our league this week. We'll see how those go. Starts and sits from last week.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't think we did very well. Trey, I think, was the only one that
Trey's
hit.
the only one?
Tyler, what was your start?
It doesn't matter. It didn't hit.
It was Dak.
But yeah. Hey,
Was it
so-
Dak?
yeah. So
Yeah, it was that.
Friday morning, Grant Collins texted me and said, "Sick Kyron Williams" with the laughing emoji.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, he texted us
put
too,
in
don't
the
worry.
group
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah,
He texted us too.
yeah.
Yeah, he scored in like the first 30 seconds of the game or something.
Yeah.
And then I had Romeo Dodds as my start, and then Jordan Love going out probably didn't help that at all.
No.
But yeah, Bo Nix with the start. Way to
Hey, let's go.
Trey.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, that was
That
wild.
was the only win of the week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's
It was-
insane.
it was
Wow.
wild.
That one. Wait, that was the only hit.
That was the only hit.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking garbage at this game.
So now Trey and Tyler are tied at first.
Wow.
Nice.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Trey to guess my start this week. It's gonna be really good. He's gonna love it.
Oh
I
man.
feel like there's some sarcasm there.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do we unlock Chase whenever he says his picks, or when? At what point is he? When do we get
Unlock.
Chase?
Unlock.
Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
mean
it's because
unlock?
he got that light on in the background. We can't see
Because
him.
you got the. You're just a silhouette. It's just.
Yeah. Sorry. I tried to change from over there because. Hold on. I got you.
Are you too close to your son's room?
I hope you're wearing pants.
No, I'm not.
Not too close to your son's room, or not wearing pants.
Both.
All right, here we go.
Just stand up and his cock pops out.
I wish.
Looks like a zip.
Hey, I'm gonna step away for a second. You guys go through it, and I'll jump in with my starting set when I get back.
All right, Chase, you want to lead us off with your start of the week?
No, I don't, because I don't have it.
All right, Trey, do you have it? Does anybody have theirs? Nope, you don't have it either, do you?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, well, my start of the week, had you made him your start of the week over the last 20 weeks, you'd be 0 and 20.
Oh,
0 and
Doesn't sound
20.
very good.
okay.
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
He's
That's-
finally, he's
That's
finally
your
going to
start
get
of
it
the
done.
week.
Yep.
if he can't get it with the Raiders, he's not going to get it ever.
He doesn't play
he
the
can't-
Raiders this week.
That's what I'm saying. If he couldn't get it from the Raiders, then he's not going to
Oh.
get it from anyone else.
No, I
I
can't,
thought
I
you were
can't
saying, like,
remember.
what are you talking about? That's not who they're playing this week.
No, I can't remember who they played, but I think he's
Tampa Bay.
Tampa. Yeah, it's a stupid good matchup. I think I think he rights the ship this week. I don't think he writes it after that. I think this is pretty much it. This is his moment. But I think he'll finally
I don't
have
think that.
300
I don't
yards
think
and
that
3
at all.
touchdowns. Well, that's why he's my start. It's not popular.
Fair.
Okay, I guess whichever one of you guys, Googles your start first can say it.
I'm not. First of all, motherfucker, I'm not googling this shit from another piece of information. I'm looking at the matchups and picking myself.
Okay.
All right, Google's not helping me. I'm gonna go Josh Downs. My start.
I love that
I
baby.
say that's pretty good.
Fucking lights up Minnesota for 1,000,000 points.
I was
1,000,000 bazillion points.
I was quite literally thinking of starting him, to be 100% honest. Yeah, I guess I won't now.
Yeah, great. Here you go. You can change it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Carolina train. Let's get Alvin Kamara back to his typical going. I think he got like 8 points last week of some sort.
Yeah,
I don't know
he's
if Derek
tough.
Carr is trying
Supposed
to
to
come
be
back
back.
this week or something like that. But yeah, let's get Alvin Kamara back to where he was. My God, this guy was lighting it up first 2 games, and now I don't know, they forgot to play
Now they suck.
football. I mean, it's just wild. So yeah, let's get him back to same form there. So that'd be my start. We'll wait on Wheels. I'll go ahead and do my sit. I think my sit is going to be Zay Flowers. The emergence of Deontay Johnson. I don't know if he's going to be here this week, but Mark Andrews is getting a lot more red zone usage now, so maybe, I don't know, that's just going to limit his ability, but I don't think they would have traded for Deontay Johnson unless they wanted to use him primarily in the passing game. I am curious if Rashad Bateman didn't drop that easy bomb of a pass.
You called it easy pass. It's straight into the sun. Come on. He drops the ball, but that one's the only excusable drop I think I've ever seen in my life. Where it's like,
It was in the sun?
yes, go back and rewatch it. You can literally watch Lamar's shadow is pointing straight at Bateman.
Okay, but
That's why it hits him in the face.
all I saw was this. So
You gotta watch it different. I'm telling you, it was straight into the sun.
well,
Let me ask you this: who do you think? Me and Will talked about this a little bit earlier. Who do you think is the biggest? Who do you think suffers the most on the Ravens with them taking Deontay Johnson?
Bateman.
I don't think it's Bateman.
He goes wide receiver 2. I I guess I'm contradicting myself, but I do believe both take a hit. Mark Andrews is only getting red zone usage, so he's not really in terms what Deontay Johnson is doing. Yes, he can be used as a red zone threat, but he's more of your middle of the field, kind of getting your possession catches to make sure you get first downs, right? So your deep ball guy still, I think, Zay
Bateman.
Flowers and Bateman is a deep ball dude. I don't think they trust in him, and they're wanting to go in some other direction.
I don't
You know,
think that Baltimore runs enough 3 wide receiver sets to make him relevant.
that's what I think they're gonna do though. I think
So
Isaiah
you think they're
Likely
going to run
is
Deontay Johnson and
I
Bateman?
think I
I
think they
think
run too much 12 personnel with the running back and Andrews and Likely that they're not gonna put 3 receivers out there.
unpopular opinion. I think that changes. I think it's gonna be 11 personnel a lot, and I think Isaiah Likely is gonna be the one
Which means you're going to run less with
the
Derrick
line.
Henry?
No, you don't run. They're still gonna run just the same. That ain't gonna matter.
That's one less
Do
blocker out
you
there.
think Isaiah Likely is a good blocking tight end?
I mean, he's a bigger body than Deontay Johnson.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't make him a good blocker. I mean, just being bigger doesn't make you better. There's a lot more to it
Blocking,
than
I
that.
feel like blocking's like a mass is very important with the ability of blocking.
I'm not denying that inherently being bigger is an advantage. I'm just saying there's more to it than just, hey, you're big, okay, get
Get
in
over
You're
here,
gonna
there.
block.
block for this guy.
Go
Get
out.
them Go lay down and see if they can jump over you. They probably can't because you're 600 pounds, but just get out there.
Will, who's your start?
I have my sit.
First.
I'm trying to figure out my start.
Okay.
Oh,
What's your-
Googling it again. Ain't that what you said?
Hey, at
Tyler,
least I
earlier?
have something prepared.
I think Curly. I think
K-Dot.
Kadon is the real deal, regardless if Evans comes back or not.
I mean, Jalen McMillan is
Yeah.
still your rookie, so he's still trying to, learn the playbook, or at least trying to.
I read somebody say that Jalen McMillan essentially dropped 3 what should have been touchdown passes.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know, but I read somebody that was talking about. They were talking about how he played,
Yeah.
and they said he had just 3, just one where he went right, and I guess Baker thought he was going to go left, and then the other 2
Disconnected
were
with
just
Baker. He
dropped.
would have been wide and the fuck open going to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that will get changed, but yeah, I mean, Kadon for sure. He's playing the Mike Evans role while Mike
Mhm.
Evans is not there.
Yeah. Who did everybody else start? Just so I know that, in case I need to change my pick here.
I started Alvin Kamara against Carolina. Trey started your boy Josh Downs, and then Tyler started Mahomes.
Which is wild for me to even like. I read Mahomes and I thought I can't pick Patrick Mahomes as like a start, right? And then I look back at his he's
Not
it's
He
been
played
good, bro.
21 games ago, and out of those 20 games that are sub 24 points, I think there's only like 2 or 3 of them that are above 20. The rest of them are like 16.
Yeah. That's why he's second in the league in interception.
Yeah,
Who's
Well,
ahead of
he's
him?
Behind Jordan
MVP.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love's ahead of him.
In interceptions.
I didn't know that.
Will Levis would probably be leading the league unless if he was not injured.
Starter.
Well, I think
Can't
he's
call
gonna,
an
I think he's going to
interception not on
start.
the field.
He's not benched because he sucks. He's benched because he's injured. He's
Mm.
gonna get. He's gonna.
Mace Rudolph definitely is not the answer either. So
I was so excited about what you're about to say. I was like, where are you going
No,
with
he's
that?
not.
Ooh.
yeah.
He is so bad.
All right,
My
sit.
start's going to be Terry,
Oh, go ahead,
Terry
sorry.
McLaurin.
Oh, scary Terry. Thanks to Chase, I lost last week because I benched Terry McLaurin in favor of Jalen Waddle. Just so you know, I lost. I lost by the margin between Waddle and McLaurin.
Caleb says Love has 8, Mahomes has 9. Talking about interceptions.
Yeah,
Oof.
that's what he was saying. Is
Only because Love got hurt.
true. He's been hurt twice. I mean, yeah, and he's missed a game, 2 games.
Isn't he? He's
Wow.
questionable this week, isn't he?
I
Yeah.
highly doubt he plays. That
Uh,
groin injury is going to be pretty.
Okay,
hard
so
to
there's
come back
three tied for the league lead. Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, and Jordan Love all have 9 interceptions. Dak and Gardner Minshew have 8.
from. Oh, Gardner.
Dak had like 6 last night or this past week, so he's fine.
6. Damn.
And then
I don't know. It seemed like 6.
Baker Mayfield leading the league in touchdown passes with 21.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
fucking
Do know
crazy is
that.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't started him once. I don't think.
And he's like the
I
QB2, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Yeah.
up
Yeah,
there.
I know
What's keeping you from playing him?
because I've started him
Because
before,
he's got Joe Burrow and he's a homer.
and yeah, I've started him before, and then it's burned me, and so now I just kind of look at him sitting on my fucking bench, and I'm like, God damn it, I
Tear
should
it
have
up.
started him.
Yeah. I
Well,
can't
you need to
believe
start
you
him
haven't
this
started.
because Sid is Joe Burrow.
Your sis, Joe Burrow?
Yep.
That's fair.
And so here's the reason. It's not that Joe Burrow is going to play bad. It's because they're going to get to a point where they don't need to throw the ball playing against the Raiders.
You think so?
It's
Dude,
playing
our
against the
offense is
Raiders.
trash, bruv.
They are the Raiders.
Our offense is garbage. Ooh. And Luke Getzey somehow is still our offensive coordinator. It just makes me bang my head against the wall.
Now, so Burrow had 13 points last week on 37 pass attempts.
Yeah, this
So-
is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't very good.
No,
That's,
Chase Brown breakout.
Chase Brown.
Didn't he already has had a breakout game, has he not?
Yeah, like a
Well-
2-touchdown game, but only like 34 yards rushing or something like that.
He had 80 yards rushing. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Chase. Shut up. He had 80 yards
I'm gonna
rushing.
be looking this up. I'm not talking about last week. I'm talking about like previous games.
I'm talking about his breakout game, the 23-point game that he had. He had 80 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns,
See, I wasn't aware of
2
that one.
receptions, 12 yards on 2 receptions.
See, I was right.
What? Where were you right about any of that?
2 touchdowns.
That was the only thing you got right. 2
Hey,
touchdowns on 40 yards.
I was right.
Oh shit!
I almost picked him as my sit, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because of the Raiders.
You're welcome.
But I also I can't start. Here's the thing. I'm not considering starting Baker this week. If I'm gonna pick a week to start Baker, it's not gonna be this fucking week.
Who's he playing?
Kansas City.
Yeah.
I'd start him. I'd start him
Not
over
with it.
Burrow.
Well,
That's what's making me hesitant about starting Rashad White or Bucky Irving. Is because they're playing Kansas City.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
However,
fucking lit.
I feel like they're just going to throw the ball because Kansas City's run defense is so good, and they get a shit ton of targets. So
You're not wrong. Rashad
Might
White
work out
really
for him.
does. I don't know about Bucky.
well, Rashad only had 6 carries last week and still ended up with 15 points.
I think that's going to be his role going forward. I don't think he's going to be. I think what you saw last week is what you're going to see until Godwin comes back.
Which is next year.
If someone asked for Jefferson and Jameis to get Lamar in a super flex, would you do it? Daniels is my other QB, and my other wide receivers are neighbors, Deontay Waddle and Dale.
He'd get Lamar.
Mm.
I'm gonna be looking this up. You just
And man, I don't have any experience in a super flex.
I don't either. That's what I was just thinking. I just don't
I-
know how you value quarterbacks in a super flex.
amazing.
I mean, they're significantly more valuable, right? Because you
Yeah.
can play 2 of them.
Yeah.
Is it a dynasty super flex or is it just a regular super?
So
Like,
to put in perspective, okay, this guy's rankings that I get, okay, your top 8 players are all quarterbacks. Then it's Jamar Chase. Then it's Justin Jefferson. Just to put that in perspective, okay. Obviously Lamar is 1 or 2. Take your pick, whatever. Jaden Daniels in this guy's rankings. Now, I'm assuming if you're playing
Redraft.
Superflex, it is redraft or is
Yeah.
it dynasty?
It's redraft. He just said it.
Ah, frick. Well, that's just.
So here's my thing about it is I feel like Jameis is going to end up being like Joe Flacco was at the end of last season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good.
Yeah. So, yeah, Deshaun Watson has not thrown for 300 yards a game for the Browns since he got traded there. But in 7 of the 8 starts that either Flacco or Watson has made, they've thrown for over 300 yards. So obviously, it's the quarterback, not the system.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jameis was slinging it, which he has no fucking problem doing.
Yeah, he don't give a shit.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
speeches, bro, are I live
They're
for the shit
awesome.
that he says
Yeah.
every single week. It's so
I
funny.
love it.
I think with the potential
I'm
of
gonna lift
Jameis,
him up, and I'm gonna be there for him.
yeah, I think with the potential of Jameis, that almost makes sense to get Jameis and Jefferson for Lamar.
No, but he's getting
He's
him.
he
Nah, he'd
would
be
He's
be
getting
he would be
Lamar.
Oh, he's
trading
giving
away
them, yeah.
Jameis and Jefferson for Lamar.
Mm.
In my
So right now
opinion,
he has Jameis,
he's
Yeah,
Justin
yeah,
Jefferson,
okay.
Malik
Daniels, Neighbors,
Neighbors,
I got it
Jefferson,
backwards.
Deontay.
Deontay.
Yeah. I personally, I mean, where do you get the majority of your points? The quarterback position. If you could lock down Lamar and
Lamar and
Jaden
Daniels
Daniels, I
is
mean,
that's
yeah,
pretty
that's
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty
you,
tough.
you got 1 and 2, or at least top end quarterback ones playing in your super flex. I mean, gosh, that's amazing. But then you have to kind of, shake up a team after that. So considering quarterbacks will score more, I like the Lamar part of it. But I mean, Justin Jefferson's such a hard piece to give up because he's basically giving you
Hmm.
mid-tier
He's a
quarterback
quarterback in himself.
one. Exactly, he's definitely mid-tier quarterback one play that you can put in a wide receiver position. And then who knows, maybe Jameis starts lighting it up for the Browns. He at least gives you like low end QB1 play.
Yeah.
So
Is it 6 point per touchdown or 4? Because if it's 6, I think I'd keep Jameis. If it's 4,
oh,
I think I'd go Lamar. I think I'd let that be my deciding factor.
Yeah.
If it's 6, I'll take the quarterback who passes more. If it's 4, I guess I'm going to take the one that runs more.
My
I don't
point
know
of
if
it
that's
is
hard though.
I still like the Jefferson and Jameis side of it, regardless
I
of.
think I lean that
especially
way,
since
but
it's redraft. Yeah,
yeah,
I was gonna say if it was dynasty, I'd fucking go for Lamar all day.
Yeah.
I'd take Lamar if it was dynasty pretty
Yeah.
easily. Lamar and Jaden
Me
Daniels in
too.
a Superflex dynasty, holy crap!
Yeah, that'd be
It's pretty
Could you
ridiculous.
imagine?
set forever. I don't think we finished sets for
No.
Trey and Tyler.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll
we
be
didn't.
quick with
Yeah.
mine.
Who
Yeah,
was your sit,
my
Chase?
Mine was Zay Flowers.
Okay.
I'm sitting Josh Jacobs, and I'm not going to talk about it. I don't think he's that good.
Okay, I thought he was pretty good last week, but all right.
That was last week, Chase. He's
Trey,
not going
what
to be
you?
good this week.
Who's your sit?
Mm. We've been sitting here talking, and I haven't been thinking about who my sit's going to be.
God damn.
I know, right?
Passing TD. So what did that make you?
I'm
decide
gonna
there?
actually. I'm gonna go bold here. I'm gonna pick Jameis. I'm gonna pick Jameis comes back to earth.
God, I hate that. I hate that you said that.
That's I'm gonna. This is what I think is gonna happen. Of course, he's gonna start the rest of the year. I think so. It really doesn't matter what he does, but he's gonna have a bad game because he had such a good game. Because it seems to be the way of the Jameis.
The way of the Jameis.
You know what I mean? Like you have a good
The
game
way
and then you
of the
just
Jameis.
completely fuck it up the next game. 4 interceptions, 1 passing touchdown, fucking 130 yards. I'm bullshitting about all these stats. I'm just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing the Chargers, so I feel like he's gonna have a good game. But I understand what you're saying.
My thing is Jameis actually has like a decent running back to give it to. So are they going to utilize Chubb even more? Or
Is Jameis gonna get a Chubb?
I mean,
We're going to get a strike on this account, I'm going to tell you that.
is he gonna give it off to Chubb? Is what I'm saying. Like he didn't have that with Tampa, so
No.
And he really didn't get a chance to truly start in New Orleans. So what do you I just feel like he's not going to be your gunslinger. He's not going to throw for 4 interceptions. He can definitely give you quarterback 2 play, but I'm kind of with Trey. I don't know if it's going to be as wild as it was gunslinging like he was before last week.
Oh, he'll gun for
But
it. He's not going to play a
that's
terrible
a
for passing
really
defense. That's
Baltimore
great.
defense, though.
The Baltimore
True.
defense sucks. Their
Yeah.
passing defense sucks.
I know
That's right.
it's weird. They have been thrown on a lot, but it's because the Ravens kind of get
What-
up quickly.
Yeah, because they had.
Yeah, they get
Also,
up
for that
quickly.
trade that this guy's talking about, I still don't know what I would do there. Would you rather start Daniels, Jameis, Jefferson, Neighbors, and Waddle, or would you rather start? I guess it would be Lamar, Daniels,
Jaden.
Neighbor, Deontay, and Waddle.
Dell, I like Dell with Stephon
Well-
Diggs getting an ACL tear and
Yeah,
he's
you
gone for
you
the
throw
rest of the
Dell in
season.
there. That, yeah,
Nico-
that's fine. Whichever
Nico is
one of
out
those
right
wide
now.
receivers are the worst.
I mean, I actually like your wide receivers. I actually hate Deontay Johnson's landing spot.
Yeah, it
Just not
sucks.
enough of a pass volume, anyways. Best case scenario was him. So really, in my opinion, the majority of the time you're going to be playing with Tua back, Neighbors, Waddle, and Dell, especially with Stephon Diggs out for the rest of the season. So Dell just instantly shot through the roof with that injury. So I actually would go for the trade. Take the Lamar, take the Jaden. You're set with your quarterbacks, and we'll have top 4 quarterback play for the rest of the season, hopefully. And then you just got to make do with your flex spots after that. So
I have no actionable advice for that trade. I don't think.
lit.
'Cause I don't know what I would want. I would have a real hard time giving up Jefferson, but I'm going to quit talking about it now.
So were we wanting to do a rookie draft? That's
Yeah, rookie redraft, mid-season rookie redraft.
So our fantasy league is a dynasty league. If you haven't picked up on that yet, and we did the rookie draft back in May
May. Mhm.
after the actual NFL draft. So now we're going to take a look at that and then do a what do we say the first 12 picks redraft?
Yeah,
Give
first-
us each 3.
Everyone get
Unless y'all want to do the first 8, I think it falls off pretty hard after like somewhere between 7 and 9. So, but whatever.
we can
Yeah.
see what the first 8 look like, and then if
Yeah,
we
that's
feel
fine.
like there's still some players that we want to talk about in the last 4 picks.
Well, Chase, we know you're going to have players to talk about. We know how you are,
Yeah.
rookie.
I love my rookies.
Yep.
I love my rookies.
Chase has a chub for rookies.
I do.
Strike
Hey
kid.
now, yeah.
All right. So who what order do we want to go in?
Yeah. Let's hold on.
You going to do a random number generator?
I got it. All right. So it's gonna be Will first, Trey second, me third, Tyler fourth.
I don't want to go for. Are we snake
You can
drafting?
snake. You can snake it if you want.
All right.
Back to back.
We'll
fine.
snake it.
That's fine.
All right. All right. So the first actual pick was Marvin Harrison. I still don't feel bad about that pick because I think he's got huge upside. However, I would change that pick to Malik Neighbors.
I agree.
I would.
I think he's the clear cut number 1 after the first half of the season.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, if he can be good with Daniel Jones, you just figure at some point in his future they're gonna at least have a better quarterback playing for the Giants soon. So
Right.
you can only imagine that his productivity, his efficiency will go up once they actually get a competent quarterback behind there. So yeah, I like that play for sure.
All right,
All
Trey,
right,
number
Trey.
2.
Don't make the wrong answer.
I stand by my pick that I made this year, even though I traded them away.
Yeah, I agree.
I still
That's
think
the
the
right
right
pick.
decision is Bowers at 2.
1000%.
Can I just say that if I had the number 1 pick, I would have picked Bowers.
I thought about it.
Yeah,
Because he's
I would
leading
take the number
he's
1.
leading the NFL in catches.
catches, receptions. Yeah. It's
So
fucking
yeah, it's not a bad choice. However, I think that I think Neighbors because he's getting so many fucking targets.
He's getting a lot.
That
He's,
he's the-
he's
Me and
good.
Tyler had like a 20-minute argument one day about fucking targets in general.
It was a conversation. We didn't argue.
It was an argument.
He got his feelings hurt because he's wrong. All right, Chase, who you taking?
I
Who you
don't think
taking at
so.
3? We're going
It's-
so Trey doesn't get mad again.
it's still, as much as I love Brian Thomas, it's still got to be Marvin Harrison. You got to play the profile this early in the season. You got to see the player for what he can be in the coming years, and that is one of the better wide receivers we will see in the future is the idea, right? So as much as I like Brian Thomas, you still got to take Marvin Harrison at the 3 spot there.
Well, don't worry, because Brian Thomas would go 4th, so he's not far behind. I think the evidence speaks for itself. I'm not going to sit here and beat the drum of Brian Thomas Jr. because I think everybody knows how good he is.
So the first 4
Yep.
picks compared to the
Yeah.
first 4 picks that we talked about went Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers, Rome Odunze was the 4th pick. So Tyler, segueing to you, what would you do at the 5th pick?
It pains me. It pains me to say the name I'm about to say. I
Don't you
hate
do
it.
Don't you do it?
Well, who do you think I'm going to pick?
Xavier Worthy.
No, he's trash. It'd be Jaden Daniels. It pains me because those are the 2 picks that you had first.
dang.
I think Jaden Daniels is the top. No, I mean I think this year you saw. Of course, there's good wide receivers and running backs, or good wide receivers, not really running backs, I guess. But I think you saw a few onesie positions that were absolute studs, and I think Jaden Daniels is one of those. So I'd take Jaden Daniels just based on what we've seen so far.
If I had the 4 pick, I would have had a really hard time passing him up over
Well,
Brian Thomas doing this.
The
I
way
get
that
what
I
you did it,
see
but
is that they're both my team, so I'm taking them both either way. But I think you could interchange. I would interchange both of those. I think it's
yeah.
tit for tat. But I mean, I would probably lean Brian Thomas before Jaden, but it's not by much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how you visualize the quarterback position, but the fact that he's been a top
Dude, he's
4
been so good.
quarterback, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I'm
getting
still-
into the draft rookie season.
Somewhat pissed off at myself that I didn't take him, but Caleb's been playing better, so it makes it a little more worth it.
Caleb will be. I think he'll be
He'll be
fine.
all right.
Yeah.
He'll be good.
All right, Chase, who you got at 6?
I mean,
This is where it starts to get interesting.
Yeah, it gets a little
Because
hairy.
I think the
This
top 5
one's-
are legitimately the top 5. It's 6 and beyond is where it gets tricky.
This one's a little bit more obvious in my eyes, just because the other player that I would have chosen just has a little bit more competition that he has to go through in order to be the number 1 option. Although he
Is it Braylon Allen?
no, shut up. It's Ladd McConkey is who I'm going to be choosing at this position.
Where's Caleb?
he's
Is
your
he in here
clear-
still?
He did ask if we were going to talk about
He
Ladd.
loves Ladd McConkey.
Yeah, Ladd
so
McConkey is who I would be choosing here.
You guys remember Key and Peele and that football skit they did?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
and then the
LDD
substitute teacher where they
McConkey.
said the substitute teacher with the wrong names. So he went on the Rich Eisen show and did a couple of names. He goes, Ladidi McConkey.
McConkey.
And then he said, what did he say? Darake or
Drake Maye.
Darik Maye.
Drake Maye.
Oh, Drake May.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. It took me a minute. I was like, I don't know who that is.
It's your own quarterback, man.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a stud.
Yeah. All right, Trey,
Thanks,
who you
Trey.
picking at 7?
I think this is where it gets
Man,
hard.
I think it is, yeah. But not really though. I think I'd pick Tyron Tracy.
Dude,
What?
I'm telling you, had I been picking, that's who I would say. I think I'd pick him over Roma Dunze.
Well, like some.
I hate to say that. I think I would.
I'm looking at the other people that we drafted, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'm trying to remember who we've already picked already, which some of them are already here. But I'm like, Keon Coleman, okay. Jonathan Brooks, has he even fucking played? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, he
hadn't
just
come
started
back
a
yet.
full participant in practice today.
Ladd McConkey is there, which somebody just picked him, right?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Yeah. Then there's this Mitchell guy who's going to be irrelevant because of Josh Downs. Anyway, I won't keep going, but I'm like, Tyron Tracy was, and I picked him. Tyron Tracy has been a solid pick.
All right, so Bucky Irving or Tyron Tracy? 'Cause
I take Tracy. He's got a for sure
Yeah.
stranglehold on.
for this year.
all of it.
For this year, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I
future-
guess I could agree, but future Bucky Irving, in my opinion, is a much better prospect, much better player than Tyron Tracy. The Giants are going to draft another running back next year. They're going to have a competition. He's
Are
Didn't they
you
draft
on
him this year?
Are you on the Giants staff? Do you
Yes,
know that's
dude.
what they're going to do?
Yes.
He's a
Because
consultant.
Didn't they draft 2 this last year? They drafted 2, right?
I don't know if they drafted 2. I know
The
they
Gray,
drafted
Nick
Tyron
Gray, I
Tracy.
think. Tyron Tracy, I think Nick
I
Gray
think
was
he's on
another.
the
I think he
practice
was.
squad then, because I haven't seen him out there if that's the case. But
He's.
either
I
way,
think he's. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah.
I this is what I'll say. Tyron Tracy, I would take him over like Jalen Wright. I would take him over probably Trey Benson at the moment. Although once James Conner goes, does Trey Benson, with how high they picked him, I mean, does he take that role? So you're taking more of the what can you provide for me now, which is easily Tyron Tracy in that regard. So I think that's a respectful pick for sure. Not where
But
I would have gone, but
do the Giants not have glaring other holes to fix outside of running back?
I agree. But this is one of the better running back classes. If you're in need of a
There it
running
is.
back,
Are they in need of a running? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know that they
they're
are.
in need of a running back.
everyone is in need of a running back
Because of the running back shelf life.
Exactly. You
But
get
he's
a
on year
rookie
one.
running
He's a
back.
Of his
he's a
shelf life.
rookie.
Doesn't
But
matter.
Didn't stop any other team from drafting. Look at Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. It was back-to-back years that they drafted somebody. Braylon Allen, when he was at one point going to be the #1 running back coming out of this class, kind of fell off the cliff at Wisconsin, but he was going to be one of your better running backs that was going to be drafted. And look what the Jets did. And now they're using, well, they were using him in a more upticked way. It's just the shelf life of a running back is not very long, like Will was alluding to. So because of that, wide receivers in your rookie drafts are just automatically have a little bit more value because they can stay on your team longer, but they can also be a handcuff to your bench spot for much longer, like fucking Jameis Williams is doing on my damn team. So,
But then,
it's
Chase,
just-
you get into a position where you're at, where you have a ton of good wide receivers, and you're begging to get trades for running backs.
Amen.
Yep.
Exactly. So
That's what I'm saying. I think Tyron Tracy is good enough to hold that spot for a while. I mean, if you watch him play, he's
fucking
good.
good.
He's just good.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
he,
I
mean,
watched him.
showed off Monday night, right? Yeah, I mean he did well. I will agree.
He did get
Yeah,
a
he did
concussion.
good that one. He
but-
did good against Cincinnati. Of course, I think I could run for 100 yards against Cincinnati, and I've never fucking played the position before ever. So, I don't know if that's saying a lot. I don't think it is, but
All right.
All right, well, let's move on to the next pick because this is where I figured this would get fun.
Yeah, Will, what are
Yeah.
you thinking here?
So I mean,
I want to go another round after this, by the way.
Yeah, we can go one more answer.
it does make it interesting because you talked about Bucky Irving already. That's beneficial to me because he's on my team. However, the Xavier Worthy's intriguing, and then Keon Coleman's got 14 targets over the last 2 games. So he started playing better, but I don't think that he's worth that spot.
Let me ask you this, because Chase brought up Xavier Worthy earlier too. Why is Xavier Worthy intriguing? Like with what you've seen him do so far.
Because he's taking not the volume extent, but he's taking a similar role to what Tyreek Hill had in that offense in terms of gadget stuff where they try to get him the ball, just get him the ball in his hands, or running crossers or deep routes.
And I haven't looked at his, admittedly.
So
Well, that's fair, but
here's
they've also traded for DeAndre Hopkins with him on the team.
So 20.8, 4.2, 5, 16.3, 11.8, 5.4, 13.7. That's
I'm
exactly.
not gonna lie, that's better than I thought it was. I
He's
didn't
the
think
number
I didn't think-
26 wide receiver in the league.
Would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
Ever in a million years would I have guessed he was 26.
Right.
If you said 36, I would have been like, yeah, that's about right.
So I'm going to go with Worthy at 8.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go with Bucky Irving at 9.
I think that's smart, yeah.
Trey, you're back on the clock. What are you doing here? Shake it up.
oh,
Yeah, why is it Dylan Lowry? Tell
And I still
dude,
think,
no,
I
that
still
motherfucker's
think,
about to get dropped.
I
First
still
ever
think-
carry, fumbles.
hey, I still think Jonathan Brooks is intriguing. By the way,
Amen.
Uh,
These next two picks are easy in terms. You got to stop the slide of
Yeah,
these two
I think,
players.
I don't think for two of them, but I think for one of them, it's time to stop the slide.
Here's what I'm thinking right this second, I guess. Because I'm starting to run out of fucking who we've picked already, but I'm gonna go with Mr. Southern himself, Xavier Leggett.
Okay.
I wish I could fucking talk like him, but I can't.
His interviews are hilarious.
Dude, they're so. I don't think I sounded a country, man,
Southern
but I
himself.
mean that's that's about the best I can do.
You're
All right,
right.
Chase,
Wow.
stop the slide. Go ahead,
Yeah,
stop the
Roma
slide.
Dunze, you gotta
Yeah.
take him. I mean, come on.
I forgot
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah,
I was still
you
gonna
gotta-
pick him.
I thought you had forgotten about him. That's why I almost said something about him,
If
but
you would have taken
Yeah.
Roma Dunze, I would have taken Jonathan Brooks, just because he was the best running back out of this class. Chuba Hubbard, I think they like him. If there's a running back that gets traded off their team, I actually think it's Miles Sanders. And
Absolutely.
it makes more sense for him to go to the Cowboys because he's basically played against them for some time, so they kind of know his film, his game a little bit. So I don't know. I think Jonathan Brooks may not have any impact this year, and that's kind of scary just because their season's already crap. I guess you want to see what you have out of your rookie running back, but I really think they like Chuba Hubbard.
Oh,
And I
sure.
don't know if they're
Yeah.
going to completely give it away to Jonathan Brooks when he
Mhm.
comes back. So it just makes me nervous about his, I guess, now
Value.
productivity. Yeah, his value, but in the future, yeah, I think he's the guy.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tyler, pick 12.
I'm gonna make a homer pick,
All right,
and I'm gonna take Drake May
I don't
at
blame
12. I
him.
think
He's
that
looking
Damn.
good.
he has looked so good, like
He's looked good.
surprisingly good. He can run the ball. He makes decent decisions. He throws a good ball. I admittedly, I'm a pass guy, but he's looked great. He's performed well for fantasy. He's performed
So
well for real football. I think he's
we need
good.
to have this conversation because we had it about a month ago, and you were like, "Why in the fuck are they going to send him in there to die?" Are you
I still agree with that. I still think
okay?
I think that at this point you let him play. But what I can't grasp is what are you playing for? What are we doing? Why do we like this? They beat the Jets. Who does that do well?
It builds his confidence, wouldn't you
It
think?
just gets him experience because
It does, but
Bob Hackett-
you're going to take this what could be a top 3 draft pick and you're going to push it down to 15 by getting
Oh,
wins.
I've been preaching the frick out of that
That's
for
what
the
I
last
don't
couple of
get. It's
years.
like
Yeah,
if you're
But-
going
mid
to
is the worst. Mid
lose.
is the worst. I agree. I'm with you.
but now you know based on if he's
The
going
rest
to
of
be
the
successful, you know that it looks like you have your quarterback.
Yeah, and now at this point, he's playing. Win as many games as you can because
Yeah.
he's playing. And I don't want, like you said, I think it's poor to diminish his confidence. But I think if you had let Jacoby Beef Brisket roll out there and let him learn from standing on the sideline, listening to the coaches, talking to the players, talking to Jacoby, I think that would have done him well. I do think that the NFL in general does a disservice to quarterbacks by just shoving them out there and playing.
Anthony fucking Richardson.
I
What do
man,
you
I
think of
just
So
I just
think
watched
that
a
they need to
video.
bench him. Bench him for a year. He doesn't know what he's doing.
that?
No, he doesn't.
I agree.
He can't throw the ball.
Yeah. Trey, what were you saying? What'd you watch?
Oh, I just watched that video of Tom Brady saying this.
Saying what?
All the shit that you guys are talking about how he was talking about how they're doing a disservice to quarterbacks because they're just throwing them out there, and then they're mad that they're not
Yeah.
winning
Penning out.
out
or
of the
something.
gate. And he was like, "Man, we had to watch." He's like, "I didn't start my first year. I watched these other guys and blah 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 blah." And he said it a whole lot better than I could ever say it. I don't remember all the shit that he was saying, but I was like, "Oh yeah, that's
Because it's pretty, right?
But then you got
yeah."
Peyton Manning's side of it, where Peyton holds the record for most interceptions thrown by a rookie in a single
Yeah.
season, and he says that guys should go out there game one and play because that's the best way to develop them.
Yeah.
So
I
you've
don't.
got two
I
of the
think
best
if you come
quarterbacks of
into
all
the,
time.
what was Manning's? What did he come into?
Terrible
Did he
team.
come into a
Well,
good situation or a bad one? I don't
no, it was a
know.
shit situation, but he
Terrible
had
team.
Marshall Falk as his running back, and he had Marvin Harrison. So he had pieces around him, but they were just a shit team, and they went 3-13. And then the second year, he was quarterback, they went 13-3 because he
So,
got those snaps as a rookie and he
Ah,
played.
yeah.
so I don't know.
I don't think, but it isn't this comparable to like comparing somebody older, like
But
just a different, it's the same way you would compare like Jordan to fucking players
Oh, like a
nowadays.
different NFL. It's a
It's
different
a
it's a
thing.
different era.
different
Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah.
Like this is a completely different sport, and it's
I
kind of
agree.
getting off subject here, but it's just like you have all these guys taking rest days
Yep.
and all that kind of shit, and like Mike and Kobe would not have done that shit.
Yeah.
Ever, like so like it's the same kind of thing where it's just it's a different thing in the brain.
Well, I still
Well,
think
I think
this is Anthony Richardson played what 2 games
none. He
before
basically played none.
he got drafted, right? I mean, it's a
He
little
played
bit of
one season at
exaggeration.
Florida, and I don't even think he played the whole season.
He
So
didn't.
you were
What?
drafting
What?
him knowing he was a project.
He's a raw talent. Yeah.
He's a
You know who
project quarterback.
he's the exact same person as? Trey Lance.
Yeah.
The
Hey, you
exact same
watch
situation.
your filthy mouth when you talk about watch your mouth.
I thought he was gonna say something like about me, and I was like, "How the fuck am I falling into this? What? I'm not anything like these guys."
I hope he doesn't turn out like Trey Lance. But I do.
Yeah.
I think they just shoving him out there and seeing if he can figure it out. Like, yeah, he's got some raw talent. He can run the ball and he can throw the deep ball, which is two things that
It's
are
good.
awesome to have. But he has no touch. He can't feather the ball. He doesn't make good reads.
He
When he
doesn't
throws
use
it
his
short,
run.
he
He doesn't
throws
use
it
his running
so
game.
freaking hard. No, but I can almost understand that at this point because he's gotten hurt a bazillion times running the ball.
True.
But it's like, why? You have Joe Flacco, who's been in the league since, I don't know, the 70s, with all this experience. Like, why not just let him learn from Flacco, who's clearly a Super Bowl winning quarterback? Let him learn from him and then go out there. Like, I feel
He is a super.
like if you look at Anthony Richardson compared to like Jaden Daniels, how many Jaden Daniels, Chase, you went to college for 6 years. How long was Jaden Daniels?
5 years.
You look at how many games Jaden Daniels started in college. It was
He played a
what,
lot.
50,
He played a lot.
60?
He played
Yeah.
a lot for
A
Arizona
lot.
State.
Arizona
and
State
then
and
he went to
LSU.
LSU. Yeah.
So all he's doing is transitioning from the game. He's transitioning the game speed of the NFL and playbook. Whereas you got Anthony Richardson, who's learning how to do what? Everything?
Everything. Literally everything. Yes.
Check
So
out of the game because he's tired.
and that's
Oh,
just
yeah,
not
I've
it.
seen
Yeah,
it.
you gotta develop that mindset. So I think they should have done this from the very start. That, or if you are going to play him from week one, you have made your bed. You have to play him to develop him that way. You can't be in between because now you're killing his confidence,
Yeah.
and he may not come out and ever be the same. I mean, this is exactly what Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. I mean, look at all
Hey,
those
two of those are
players and
success
how
stories right now,
that's
okay?
what I'm saying. So, but they're now on different teams. So, do
Yeah.
you think those
Yeah.
teams would have rather have kept them, sitting for a year and allow them to develop into the players like they are now, or would it have been better to just let them play it through the hardships and give them multiple years? Yeah, obviously, if they suck, you give them an extension of some sort that isn't all that expensive, and then you hope in that second contract, that's when they
Yeah.
start to make that leap. But teams aren't willing to wait that long. They want that rookie contract so they can develop around the team. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's an interesting conversation to have just for the simple fact that I think the worst thing to do is to flip flop in between because now
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
you've already basically said Joe Flacco is your quarterback for the rest of the season. So next year you're going to have all those conversations. Well, if they get to the playoffs with Joe Flacco, and if let's say God forbid they win a game in the playoffs, There's no way Indianapolis is going to be like, let Joe Flacco walk and we'll take Anthony Richardson in on this team and hopefully it's better. There's no shot. You got to re-sign.
Oh,
Joe
there's
Flacco
a shot.
and play.
Have you watched their decision making this year? If they make Jeff Saturday their head coach, trust me, there's a chance.
True.
Well, hey,
Is
so
he
you know
still the
what?
head coach there?
No.
No, no,
Um,
no.
I thought
and Jeff Saturday has a one career win against the Raiders.
It's so stupid.
Um,
We suck.
This comparison with Joe Flacco and Anthony Richardson is perfect for the Titans back in the late 2000s of Kerry Collins and Vince Young. Kerry Collins was an aging veteran. Vince Young was a running quarterback that had just come in the league. They started Collins in the first like 8 or 9 games and sucked, so they put in Vince Young. He gave him a jolt. They came back and started winning games, and then they started Vince Young the next year. He started sucking, so they benched him for Kerry Collins. That's what you don't want to do, is just go back and forth between those guys, and I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
That's where Remember the Titans got it. That's the real Remember the Titans.
Yeah. So after the Titans give up 52 points last week, that reminds me of the 59-point game that they gave up against the Patriots in the snow in October in 2008, 2007.
It's probably 7-8 somewhere in that 7
Yeah.
7 and 8.
I think 2007. Kerry Collins started that game and threw for like -2 yards, and then Vince Young came in to lead them to 0 points.
They could not do anything against Detroit the other day, bro. That was
Hey, for the first probably 22 to 25 minutes, they held rhythm and it was 14-14. And
Hey,
then
Tony
Detroit
Pollard
took
did
off.
just fine. First off, before we get away from Trace comment if they couldn't do anything, I think he had like over 100 rushing yards.
And Calvin
but
Ridley
they
had
couldn't
10 targets the
score.
first quarter.
Dude, Calvin Ridley, I was yelling at the fucking TV about Calvin Ridley because he caught a fucking, what I think would have been a fucking touchdown pass. For some reason, he caught it and he tried to cut towards the center of the field.
Dude,
and I'm like,
that
what
was
are you doing?
so fucking stupid.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only person that thought so because I was watching that
Oh
shit. And
my
I was
God.
like, what? Why did you do that? Like, you had a fucking, I mean, wide open field and for whatever reason, you just turned right into the fucking defender.
I wish y'all could agree on Josh Downs like you agree on that reception.
Hey,
Yeah.
but I went back and found the text message, and I did
Don't worry,
preface
Trey's
it
got
by
it saved.
saying
Don't
running
worry.
No, yeah.
quarterback.
I had it saved and then he went back and found it again today.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Will. At this point, you planted your flag.
Yeah.
You just gotta
Josh
you just
Downs
gotta
is
ride that
trash.
horse.
No,
Just,
I'm
Nah,
gonna
he's
ride it.
trash.
I still
is
think
what
he
he followed
sucks.
that up with.
Yeah.
you gotta
He's
do it
also
just like I'm
fucking
doing by
trash.
Nico Collins, just like the Nico Collins take. You just
Yep.
gotta take it on the chin and say, "Yep, I still stand by it."
Oh no, I
I
still
did-
stand by it.
I drafted
Nico
AJ
has
Dillon over Josh
sucked
Jacobs. I mean,
The last
let's be
5
real.
weeks. Yes, you did.
Dumbass.
That was your 5th round pick in our dynasty startup. It's AJ Dillon.
Fucking stupid.
Mm.
Boys, I
Oh,
gotta go to
fucking
bed.
farm simulator.
Farm simulator.
I do too. My daughter's awake. That's not good.
Oh, good.
But I'd like to do an end of season redraft of the rookies and see how it compares to what this is. So I'm gonna snake this. Hold on.
Write down our draft order because if it's gonna be me, I'm picking Brock Bowers first, no matter what.
Okay.
He could break his leg next week, and he's still gonna be the number 1.
Yeah.
3 outs. We're getting removed from YouTube.
All right. So I just found this. I just found this clip. I'm gonna share my screen and show you guys in case Chase and Tyler haven't seen it. Okay, sure.
I'm probably not gonna see it.
Screen. I understand. What the fuck is going on here? Oh my god. Leave me alone.
Trey, what would you do if we beat you all this week?
All right, can y'all see
Drown
this?
myself in some sort of alcohol, I guess.
So Ridley is right here.
Is this the play?
Y'all can see
Okay.
this, right?
Here, hang on. Let me turn my phone sideways so I can see this a little bit bigger. Here, hang on.
Okay,
Give me one.
Ridley.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Ridley's right here in the slot on the 20,
Okay.
down here. He's going to shake this defender. Move. Wide open. Catches this pass. Look at run straight. Like,
He
what the
just
fuck
runs
are you doing?
He runs
right into that
the
guy.
dude. Ah,
And he throws his hands up. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
yeah, where's my blocker?
Yeah, just run fucking straight, man.
I didn't realize because I was only half-assed watching that game. I didn't realize how far back that they were, in their own territory
Yeah.
there. I mean, they're way back there.
I mean, look at that. Run straight.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
that's cut right.
That's bad. Oh,
Like, what the
man.
fuck, man?
Yeah. So I was upset about that too, and I don't even have the guy on my fucking team.
Jesus.
I literally had
Between-
0 things in that game, and I was just like, "What?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?"
Yeah. So between that and with 36 seconds left in the first half, down 35-14, you have first and goal at the 1 with 1 or 2 timeouts, and you throw 4 consecutive passes that are incomplete. So
Remember
that
the
was
Titans, guys.
Remember the Titans.
that was the beginning of the end. Can't wait for the Patriots to hang 40 on the Titans Sunday.
They're gonna win. You just watch. They're gonna go on a streak, and then they're gonna get the 20th overall pick,
I don't know
and
if
they're gonna
Drake
trade
London
down to
played,
31. And
31.
I don't
This
know.
isn't the Bill Belichick Patriots.
Yeah, that's a good point. Gerard Mayo Patriots, which is
Yeah. All right.
whatever.
Anything else we need to talk about?
I don't think so, man.
All right. Good show, boys.
They made
Later,
it.
guys.
See you, dudes.
Yep. See you, shitheads.